Welcome to the Explainer. Okay, let's dive right into this. Today, we're taking a comprehensive journey through the biology, the emotional realities, and the practical management of puberty and menstruation. Whether you're going through this yourself, maybe you're a parent, a friend, or honestly just someone who wants to understand how the human body actually works, we've got you covered. Because you know what? Knowledge is the ultimate tool for empowerment. Let's get started. Here's our roadmap for today to help demystify everything without getting overwhelmed. We'll hit 1. The biology of menstruation. 2. Emotional changes during puberty. 3. Choosing your period products. 4. Managing PMS and cramps. 5. Busting common period myths. And finally, 6. Preparing your period kit.
Moving right into Section 1, the biology of menstruation, understanding the internal changes. Because trust me, understanding the basic biology completely removes the mystery and fear around the start of puberty.
So, what exactly is it? Well, menstruation is simply the natural monthly release of blood and tissue from the uterus right through the vagina. It's basically your body's way of signaling that it's maturing and preparing for future reproduction. It typically starts around age 12, and I cannot stress this enough, it is a completely normal, perfectly healthy biological milestone, no need to stress. Let's move to and see how this builds, because it really comes down to 4 main steps. First up, your ovaries kick things off by releasing a hormone called estrogen. Second, we have ovulation. That's when a mature follicle bursts to release an egg. Third, while all that's happening, your uterine lining is building up, getting nice and thick with nutrients, just in case a fertilized egg needs a cozy place to grow. And fourth, well, if that egg isn't fertilized, the body's like, hey, we don't need this thick lining anymore, so it breaks down and sheds as a period. The whole shedding process usually lasts about 5 to 7 days.
Now, I've got a seriously fascinating number for you, 2 to 3. Despite what it might look or feel like, a person usually only loses about 2 to 3 tablespoons of blood during their entire period. I know, right? It's a surprisingly tiny amount for something that gets so much attention.
Okay, let's shift gears to Section 2, emotional changes during puberty, mind and body. Because as your body is growing up, your brain is growing right along with it, bringing a massive wave of emotional shifts. If you've ever suddenly asked yourself, why am I feeling this way out of absolutely nowhere? Believe me, you are not alone. When puberty hits, your body is suddenly rushed with a whole bunch of new hormones. It's like a roller coaster, and it is incredibly relatable to wonder why your feelings are suddenly dialed up to 11.
Just looking at these common emotional shifts, you can see exactly how much is going on under the hood. You might experience some really intense mood swings, feeling like you're on top of the world 1 minute and completely annoyed the next. You could feel overly sensitive or hyper-aware of changing peer dynamics and social pressures. And feeling self-conscious about a body that's literally changing overnight, that is 100% normal. If you find yourself feeling sad or frustrated at the drop of a hat, give yourself some grace. Your brain is literally rewiring itself.
But here is the good news. You can take active steps to manage the storm. Practicing confidence is huge here. Keeping a journal is a fantastic way to organize all those chaotic thoughts in your head. Trying a new sport or physical activity, that's going to boost your confidence and naturally relieve stress. And learning to communicate your feelings constructively rather than just lashing out will make those intense emotions feel so much more manageable.
Moving on to Section 3, choosing your period products, a practical guide.
Finding the right fit is really all about your personal comfort and convenience. We've got a lot of choices now, which is awesome. You have disposable external options like pads, which you'll swap out every 3 to 4 hours. You've got internal options like tampons, good for 4 to 8 hours. Then there are longer wear internal options like menstrual cups and discs, which can be safely worn for up to 12 hours. And finally, period underwear, which acts as a fantastic reusable external option. Having all these choices empowers you to basically customize your protection for whatever your day throws at you.
So, the crucial point is how these products actually function internally. Tampons absorb fluid, whereas menstrual cups collect it. Now, tampons are super convenient with a lower upfront cost, but, and this is important, leaving them in too long carries a higher risk of toxic shock syndrome, or TSS. It's a rare but serious bacterial infection. Menstrual cups, on the flip side, can be reused for up to 10 years. Talk about a money saver. Plus, they carry a lower TSS risk since they don't absorb, though they do require you to actively wash and sterilize them.
Looking at external protection, it's usually between traditional pads and period underwear. Pads just stick right to your regular underwear. They make it really easy to see when you need a change, but yeah, they can sometimes feel a bit bulky and they do create plastic waste. Period underwear, however, has absorbent layers built right in.
They are insanely comfortable, literally just like wearing normal underwear, and they're a great eco-friendly alternative. You just have to make sure you wash and maintain them properly.
All right, Section 4, Managing PMS and Cramps, Taking Control of Discomfort.
We know periods are a totally natural process, right? But dealing with the discomfort they can bring is a vital life skill. Let's talk about the physical realities of PMS, or premenstrual syndrome. Lower belly cramps are super common. They're actually caused by chemicals called prostaglandins, making the uterus muscle contract to push the blood out. Fun, right? You might also get bloating, acne, tender breasts, headaches, or some serious food cravings. But don't worry, using a warm heating pad, taking some ibuprofen, or even just cutting back on salty snacks can work wonders to ease those symptoms.
And this brilliantly illustrates how you can actually get ahead of all those symptoms. This is a symptom tracker chart. By logging your daily physical and emotional symptoms over a few months, you'll start noticing clear patterns. Once you know exactly when that wave of fatigue, pain, or a sudden mood shift is likely to hit, you can proactively manage it before it completely derails your day.
Time for a quick lightning round. Section 5. Busting Common Period Myths. Fact versus Fiction.
There is so much misinformation out there, and it is time to set the record straight and destigmatize this whole conversation. Myth number 1, you can't swim on your period. Fact, it is completely safe. Your life absolutely does not have to hit pause. Just pop in a tampon or a menstrual cup or grab some specialized period swimwear and dive right in.
Okay, myth number 2. Period blood is always bright red. Fact, the visual reality is that the color ranges from bright red to dark brown, or sometimes even black. It sounds scary, but it's really not. Older blood that sits in the vagina longer naturally turns darker as it oxidizes. It is 100% healthy and totally normal.
And myth number 3, you should avoid exercise during your period. Fact, exercise is actually a solution, not a problem. Staying active releases endorphins, your body's natural painkillers. Getting moving physically reduces cramping, eases up that bloating, and is a total game changer for irritability.
Bringing it all home with Section 6, Preparing Your Period Kit, Proactive Readiness. Being prepared is the best way to ditch the anxiety of unexpected leaks or early, irregular cycles. But before we pack our kits, look at this. This represents a massive societal push to normalize menstrual health. It's so important to remember that you are part of a huge global community. Think about it. Roughly 800 million people menstruate every single day. There is absolutely zero reason to feel ashamed. To give yourself that solid sense of control and independence, putting together a little period kit for your backpacker locker is a total lifesaver. Here's your checklist. Grab 2 or 3 pads of different absorbencies, a spare pair of underwear, some travel-size wipes, and a little Ziploc bag for any stained clothes. Toss it all into a small, discreet pouch. Honestly, just knowing you have it on hand will take a huge weight off your shoulders. We've unpacked the biology, the emotional roller coasters, the products, and how to stay prepped. Like we said at the start, knowledge is power. So I'm going to leave you with this. Now that you actually understand the mechanics and have the practical tools in your back pocket, how will you step up and take control of your cycle? Approach your changing body with confidence, keep asking questions, and remember, you are entirely in charge. Thanks for hanging out with me on The Explainer.